Did you know that the Inca Empire was already failing before the Spaniards arrived? Hello and welcome to World History Encyclopedia. My name is Kelly and today's video is all about the arrival of Francisco Pizarro in Peru and the end of the Inca Empire that resulted from his arrival in the Americas. Don't forget, the easiest way to support us is by giving this video a thumbs up, subscribing to our channel, and hitting that bell icon for notifications so you don't miss out on any new uploads. World History Encyclopedia is a non-profit organisation and you can find us on Patreon, a brilliant site where you can support our work and receive exclusive benefits in return. Your support helps us create videos twice a week, so make sure to check it out via the pop-up in the top corner of the screen or via the Patreon link down below. In 1533 CE, the Inca Empire was the largest empire in the world, spreading across ancient Ecuador, Peru, northern Chile, Bolivia, upland Argentina, and southern Colombia. Their empire stretched over 5,500 kilometers, with highways and roads and storehouses connecting the cities and towns. The Inca called their empire Tawantinsuyo, which means land of the four quarters, or the four parts together. Their capital city was at Cusco, and the ruler of the empire governed upwards of 10 million people, speaking around 30 different languages. Their mythology said that the sun god Inti brought the Inca into existence, and that they had a divine right to rule over the people they conquered. The empire rose quickly, but by the time of their fall, they were facing some serious internal problems. Since the conquered people weren't well integrated into the empire, with the Incas imposing their religion and art on the people they conquered, their dominant military presence, their taking of hostages, which were both people and important religious artifacts, as well as unpopular taxes, all in exchange for a regulated food supply, better roads and communication, and as well as military protection and some state-sponsored feasts, the negatives really outweighed the positives of Inca rule. This meant that the conquered people of the Inca Empire held minimal loyalty to the ruling Incas, which often resulted in social unrest and rebellions. At the time of the Spanish arrival in the Andes, there was also the issue of two rivaling claims to the throne, with the two sons of the previous kings, Huasca and Atahualpa, engaging in a damaging 6-year civil war until Atahualpa came out victorious. As if social instability and a civil war wasn't enough, the European diseases like smallpox were moving quicker than the Europeans themselves, and ended up killing large numbers of the Inca population. Francisco Pizarro and his partner Diego de Almagro were in their mid-50s and had been treasure hunters since the discovery of the Aztecs in Mexico a decade earlier. Pizarro, in what was his third and perhaps last chance to embark on an expedition for fame and glory, led a small group of 168 men sailing on two small caravel merchant ships on a search for gold. In 1528, the pilot Bartolomé Ruiz captured a raft off the coast which was full of treasure, so the group headed to the Andes, and in 1531 they reached the coast of Ecuador, where they waited for reinforcements. With a total of 260 men, with 62 of them being cavalry, the Spaniards moved down the coast, pillaging and plundering on their way. They formed a settlement at San Miguel, and by 1532, Pizarro was ready to meet the ruler of the wealthy empire. On Friday, November 15th, the Spaniards headed to the Inca town of Cajamarca. Pizarro sent word that he wanted to meet the ruler of the empire, and Atahualpa agreed, but made him wait until the following day. The formal first meeting between Atahualpa and Pizarro consisted of a few speeches and a drink, and that's pretty much it. The very next day, though, Pizarro and his men ambushed Atahualpa as he entered the main square. The Incas fought the Spaniards, but they managed to capture the king alive after he received a blow to the head. Atahualpa's safe return was only promised if his men could fill a room 20 feet by 15 feet or 6.2 by 4.8 meters with treasure. They managed to fill the room 3 times, taking them a total of 8 months, but finally they completed the ransom demanded by Pizarro. During these 8 months, Atahualpa continued to rule from captivity, while Pizarro sent expeditions to other regions of the empire, including to the capital city of Cusco. The Inca's response to the capture and ransom of Atahualpa showed not only his influence over his people, but their loyalty and subservience to their king. Plus, the 8 months it took for the ransom to be collected showed the Spaniards the deep factions in the Inca Empire that they could exploit. Although the Inca met the terms of the ransom, Atahualpa was executed anyway on July 26, 1533. After killing the king, Pizarro went about conquering Cusco and the rest of the empire. The Spaniards fought against Atahualpa's troops, and the Spanish were able to beat them since much of the local population were happy to help the newcomers and were glad to see the end of Inca rule. The Spaniards marched through the empire with help from the locals, exploiting the social unrest. And after a brief resistance from the Inca people at Cusco, the capital was captured on November 15, 1533. Pizarro's first puppet ruler died soon after from illness, but his second puppet ruler, Manco Inca, lasted. With Manco Inca on the throne, Pizarro and his men were free to continue their movements through the empire, subjugating the people and searching for treasure. The European conquest was relentless, and they were able to defeat the Inca armies due in part to their superior weaponry and their tactics, which were completely foreign to the Incas and against which they had no defense. The Spaniards soon realized that they were facing the same issues the Inca rulers had in controlling such a vast territory. Communication was difficult and rebellions sprung up all over the place, including from Manco Inca, who formed his own army and tried to get himself some real power. Inca armies, made up mostly of farmers, besieged Cusco and the Spanish stronghold of Ciudad de los Reyes, but still, they were farmers. They couldn't abandon their harvest, and so could not be counted on to fight when needed. Manco Inca had to flee south, but he and his successors resisted for another 4 decades, until the Spanish captured the king Tupac Amaru in 1572 and executed him in Cusco. He was the last Inca ruler and the last hope for restoring their once great empire. Do you think the Inca could have maintained their empire if the Spanish had not arrived? Let us know what you think in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on our new videos every Tuesday and Friday. This video was brought to you by World History Encyclopedia. For more great articles and interactive content, head to our website via the link below. If you like my sweater, you can find this design and a bunch more in our shop at worldhistory.store, or you can find a link for it down below. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you soon with another video.